You know when you look at a stock and you're like, why is this one so cheap? And then furthermore, wow, this one has a lot of upside potential. Well, that is what we're talking about in today's video. So picture this. You go into the metaverse, right? Typically you say, okay, well, in the metaverse, I'm gonna put on big goofy goggles that'll transport me there virtually, or like Apple's working on, these very sleek looking glasses that still transport me to the metaverse. And while you're there, you can check out all these cool things. You see virtual reality displays, you see some cool things over here, great things over there, and then you decide you wanna pick something up. So you go to pick it up, and that's where it all kind of falls apart because you don't have that feeling, that sense of touch to pick up the item inside the metaverse. Well, that is where this company comes into play. Enter Immersion Corporation. Ticker symbol IMMR. Immersion Corporation got a lot of attention just recently thanks to the launch of the PlayStation 5. In the PlayStation 5 controller, there is the DualSense technology, and that's all powered by the technology within Immersion Corporation. Think about the haptic feedback that you're now getting in that controller that makes it much more than just a typical buzz or vibration that you may have seen in prior gaming consoles. Beyond the PlayStation 5, Immersion has also done different car technologies, different screen technologies, and you name it. Anytime you touch something, you feel a little bit of something, a little bit of a cause and effect. On some of those applications, you can thank Immersion Corporation. But where's this going? Well, in this article right here from Verizon Wireless, now this one was posted about a year ago in December 2020, but look at this. Beyond sight and sound, advanced wearables and 5G will make VR feel real. And that's what I just mentioned earlier. You don't want to be in the metaverse and try to pick something up and then all of a sudden you realize, oh yes, that's right, I'm in a fake environment. Well, the metaverse is supposed to encapsulate you into this whole new reality. Well, in order to do that, you gotta have everything, right? You gotta have the whole package. Somebody needs to start working on smell, by the way. I've not found anything that has to do with the smell of the metaverse. And then also coming out just recently in the last week or so is this from Meta, otherwise known as Facebook. You got this glove. In this glove, it gives you a lot of sensation when you're picking it up and doing different things. When it comes down to their prototypical device here, I have a lot of issues with that because I don't know about you, but that looks completely ridiculous. And I get it, it's only a prototype, and I'm sure we'll see some additional technology advancements in the future, but wouldn't it be great if you had a way that you could have this haptic technology without having all the bulkiness? Well, that would be the goal of Immersion Corporation. Let's dig under the hood and see what's going on with this particular stock. And then I'm going to share with you a completely free tool that you can use to actually analyze your own stocks. It can be any company that you want to look up. It's super helpful, super easy. I'm going to share it with you a little bit later in the video. And by the way, this video here is brought to you by the subscribe button. Hit it. Let's start by going through our fundamental analysis. I do got to tell you right now, Immersion Corp, as you can see right here, this is via the Webull platform. In full transparency, I did buy into Immersion. I have 100 shares. I may sell, I might buy, I might do everything. Remember, this is no advice to buy, hold, or sell any type of investment on this channel. This is just for edutainment purposes only. But as you can see here, we're buying down 572 a share, 576 a share. This is quite low. Now, if you want to trade the Immersion stock and other great stocks in crypto, as I just shared with you on the Webull platform, you can do so by clicking the link in the description below. If you click that special link, you'll get up to 2 free stocks. So use the special link in the description below to get started today. But let's look at the earnings per share versus the Analyst. Now, you can hop over to something like Seeking Alpha if you want to, pull up IMMR, scroll down halfway through the page, and you will see this screen right here. If you look at this, they're continuing to beat out the earnings per share each quarter. And you can basically see that here by the black bar representing the estimate and the blue bar represents the actual. This is really good stuff. Now, for revenue and revenue growth, there's some weirdness in the overall revenue. And what I want to see is I want to see revenue each year tick up. Even if it's by a couple million, that would be okay. What I don't want to see is it going down. And in this case, in 2017, Immersion got 35 million in revenue. 2018 was 111. And then 2019 was 36 million and 2020, 30.5. Some people could blame that on the pandemic, but I just want to continue to see this go up. And right now it's kind of being like all over the place, especially with the 2018 PlayStation development, things like that. Revenues did go up. I want to see this to kind of stabilize and then go upward as we tick on through the time. There's an easier way to do this. Now, I'm not sponsored, nor did I get paid, nor does this company know that I'm going to share their resource with you. I like giving you guys free tips, free tools to use as I find them, because that wouldn't be fair if I just kind of took all the advantage of it and I didn't share it with you awesome people out there in the community. So I'm excited to share with you this website right here. Now, what's really cool about this is you can actually go, they have a very interesting website, simplywall.st. Pretty cool. But you can go on here for free and research a stock. So let's go IMMR and you can pull it up. And what you'll see is you'll see a little bit of background information on that particular stock. You can see the value, health, past, and future, and it'll give you a little bit of insight behind each one of those. And then if you want to, you can sign up for a free account. They do have a paid upgrade option, and it looks like they're giving away a 7-day free trial to their premium account before they would say, hey, if you want to continue with these additional features, you would have to pay. But right now, what you're looking at on the screen, this is completely free. You can pull this up without paying them any money. So let me hop over to my account. My account right now is on a premium plan trial, 7 days left. So let's check it out. Here's what we got with Immersion Corp. And they basically have the 10 smart steps that I use to analyze stocks from a fundamental research perspective. And they have it laid out here beautifully. And even better yet, their price prediction aligns with mine, and it's pretty darn exciting. So get ready, buckle up, let's get right to it. First and foremost, I love this right here. Look at this, the valuation. Is the company undervalued? Look at the checks of the analysis, everything but one. You can click on that and you can come down here to the exciting part. So right now, the current price at $5.70. And as the recording of this video, it's like $6, but still that's pretty low. Look at the fair value. The fair value is reported at $79.87 a share. So just imagine that. Now, I got about 100 shares of Immersion Corp, and if it goes up to 79, I'm feeling pretty darn excited about that. So what they're looking at is you can view the data to see how they come up with that particular target. Growth rate, discount rate, levered free cash flow, and an evaluation model. Even if we go undervalued to the 20%, that's certainly a lot more than $5.70. We could go up as high as $20 a share, $30 a share, or something like that. Now, I gotta be honest, and I gotta repeat myself that this is not financial advice. This is just sharing with you a tool that you could use to do some work yourself. But if you decide you want to invest in this, that's on you, and this could still go down. This could still go up. We don't really know, but the key point about being an owner in a company, which means the moment that you buy a share, you're an owner of a company, is to keep our eye on the business. If they do something dumb, if all of a sudden Immersion Corporation comes forward with this really stupid idea that nobody buys into, it could send that stock price down. On the contrary, they could come out and say, hey, we have this new relationship with Meta, with Facebook, and with Microsoft, and now we're gonna help them with the touch and feel of the metaverse, taking their share price to a whole new level. We don't know, but it's important as smart investors that you and I keep an eye on these type of things. So hopping back up here, you can see that they have some good health. So what this is looking at is the overall things like the assets versus the liability. If all hell breaks loose, are they able to maintain as a quality company? And in this case, yes, they are. If you click on that, it'll take you down here. We have assets all the way up here and liabilities only down here. Super important. That is a great thing to see. That is almost an amazing thing to see. Talk about a green light. Hats off to Immersion Corp on their financial health. Let's hop back up to the company overview and look through some other things. Now you can see their past performance, that's looking okay. There's a few red marks on that one, but you can also look at their future growth as well as their valuation. Now, if we look at their future growth, there's some opportunity, I think, in what they're going to do. What we need to see is we need to see Immersion continue to grow their overall profitability. Now that they broke into profit, I want to see that continue to grow. There's a forecasted growth right here of 7.4% in overall revenue growth. What we would need to do as owners is come back here if we're invested in Immersion and see if it's meeting our expectations. So hopping back one more time, I do want to point out the rewards and the risk analysis. So rewards trading at 92.9% below our estimate of its fair value. I would agree to that, and that's why I said earlier in this video, this one seems so cheap. For whatever reason, right now it is just cheap. So I think there's some opportunity in this. Could still go back down, but in the long term, this could be a very interesting one to keep our eye on. Became profitable this year. Also mentioned that, super important. Now, risk analysis. We need to look at each one of these very seriously. Let's click on see all checks. All right, is their share price liquid and stable? There has been a volatile price over the last 3 months. And I would agree to that because you can see it goes all the way up. I think it was around $11, came back down to $3. It has been around, and so there's a lot of volatility in it, which means should you invest at $5 and it drops down to $2, you gotta be okay with that because it's about that long-term mindset with the metaverse. Have shareholders been diluted over the past year? Yes, they have. The more they continue to issue more shares for people to buy, that outstanding share number continues to go up. We want the companies with their profit eventually, when they're not researching and developing new technology, to buy back some of those shares, because the less shares that are owned, the more valuable it can be for the investors. Everything else is a pass. And there hasn't been any substantial data on insider selling, so that's all good. Someday in the metaverse, we could be sitting here having a whole different YouTube conversation where we're actually sitting down having a cup of coffee. And I pass that coffee to you as we're talking about our next great stock pick or our next great crypto pick. You hold that coffee, and thanks to Immersion Corp, you can feel it and hold it and touch it. Pretty darn cool, right? What are your thoughts on immersion? Comment down below. Until next time, here's the next video to check out, and we'll see you there.